already.
Hi friends, quick video here. It's called What is an INFJ in just 6 minutes? Well, if you're not familiar, if you've just typed yourself as an INFJ, you've introduced yourself to type the first time, what the hell are you? The answer is you are, in a nutshell, a special snowflake. What that means is that you have four conscious cognitive functions in a certain order according to MBTI, and you got blocks according to sociologists, but we're going to use MBTI talking this time. It's very simple. You start with what? You start with your introverted intuition. That means you know what is true and right and good and attractive as an inherent quality in and of itself. You know what fits, what doesn't fit. That's your dominant function, which means that's who you are by nature. And then in your second slot, you've got extroverted feeling. Now, Liz down here in the bottom left-hand corner, she has that as her dominant slot. So she's very concerned about managing the perceptions of others. So are you, INFJ. She's your quadra buddy, ENFJ down there. Anyway, INFJ, you're very concerned about the management of perceptions of others, making sure that other people like you and that everybody feels good in a social situation and stuff like that. So you understand first what's true and right and good, and then you use other people's emotions as a way of managing that. In the third slide, you've got introverted thinking. That means it's your hidden agenda, which means your whole life's purpose to figure out a way to make your life consistent with logic rather than with just getting people to like you. And that's the struggle for the NFJs, is the ability to transcend being socially successful into being able to embrace correctness at the expense of social success. That's where actualization lies for the NFJ, and it lies there for you too, INFJ. And in the final conscious slot, you would have, of course, SE. That's extroverted sensing, which is the physical action function, the execution of already decided courses of action, the completion of tasks, the doing of shit, as they say. In a nutshell, that makes you an odd bird because you've got introverted intuition, you've got extroverted feeling, introverted thinking. You're like an ENTP in a lot of ways, except you have a very different kind of priority in life. Because your priority is consistency rather than... Because for the ENTP, we naturally are consistent, or try to be. It's less natural for us to find ways to manage the perceptions of others. For you, it's vice versa. Who else has any thoughts they'd like to chime in regarding the INFJ as a basic introduction?
They are wonderful.
They're wonderful, says St. Jacob. St. Jacob is dating one, so he knows.
I think there's a misconception between like judgers and NFJs being judgers, since they don't have strong TI or TE. They're less organized, but still have this, like, I don't know. INFJs have NI as their first function, which isn't necessarily a structured function whatsoever, you know?
They have a strange sense of structure. They have their own kind of principles and their own sense of what's right, but they can also be extremely chaotic in other sense, so it's very hard as an outsider to notice what they actually mean.
Taylor, what do you think?
I mean, once they've structured something or made up their mind on something, they're slow to judge and will not ever be dislodged then once they've made that decision. Would you agree with that, St. Jacob?
Yeah, sort of. Like, if they made a decision about something, it's very fucking hard to convince them. Like, they can be stubborn as fuck.
Some might say that NI is never wrong, even if it's wrong.
It's sort of the same with INTJ. Yeah, totally.
I think it's fair to say the challenge for INFJ is this. They're rarely wrong with their NIFETI combo. When they are, they're hugely wrong, and they're very stubborn about it.
I think that sounds about right.
So keep that in mind, INFJs, but also remember, you guys are special, special snowflakes, and that's never going to change. Thanks for watching Talk with Faith, people. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.